Hey yo!
Hi.
Start our thing. There we go. So hey everybody, welcome to the first WIP Wednesday and our first stream of 2026. We are using a new backstage studio, so as always, there's going to be a learning curve for the first while.
Most
Uh, yes, such as the intro does not auto move to the next scene, so I gotta make sure I got spoiled by that feature, so now I
seriously.
just gotta make sure that I'm on top of it at the end. It won't be like when Fox made the intro, he was even sweet enough that there is a delay, so should be easy enough to do. I just gotta learn the timing for the place.
I can't see how many people are watching, and I hate that. Like, there's no, I don't have any control. I feel like, I've been spoiled by having full on access to everything.
You will get full on access back, or at least like I think full on access back after Fox finishes setting up all of my
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
because that's I'm only allowed one collaborator at a time. So
Annoying.
yeah. But yeah, for anybody new to WIP Wednesday, and for anybody who has missed us and has just completely forgotten what we do here on Wednesdays, we
Work on our whips.
Yes. My brain said nope, we don't remember. During Wednesday, we have a 3-hour period where theoretically we dedicate it to doing nothing but working on our whips. I started this during my children's school day or school year when they didn't need me as much anymore. So I was like, oh, I have a little bit more time. However, because the boys are in middle school, time switched. So sometimes I still do need to handle mom stuff.
Yeah, and I was in college and working on like scripts, and I still worked on
Work counts
for college and stuff. But I did do some work on my book, but not really any. But I still wrote during these time periods.
Yeah, it's to work on our primary project at the time.
Yeah,
which is for me momming, and not for her. I finally get to do the revisions and the edits. I have my coffee in a Zoomulation hot cocoa mug, and this keeps things very hot for a while. And then I also have my cold drink because I know I'm going to need a cold drink. Yes. And pierogies.
Damn, look at you with a whole fucking setup. I am working on Storm's Heir, which is my gay dragon novel, which is a romantasy. Yeah, it's my romantasy, book 1 of the series. I have my brand new Stanley that I got for Christmas from my brothers. Didn't want to be a Stanley girl, but now I have a Stanley. But he did let me know. He was like, it was super on sale, and I was like, that's what I love hearing. And then he was also like, it's Iron Man colors because I love Marvel, and I was like, hell yeah, it is. And then I put a little sticker of a mushroom dragon on it.
Honestly, my family is also one of those families where it's like, I got you this gift and it was on sale. I saved so much money, and I'm like, you know what? That's a gift for me and a gift for you. So
yeah, Stanleys are so fucking expensive. I mean, like having one makes sense because they are good water bottles, but the cabinet whole thing, I can't. So
I'm gonna be a little like hipster and be like, my family used Stanleys before, but like my family was like truckers and factory workers, so Stanleys are one of the only things that survived.
Our usual brand is like Yetis, which are like Arctic, like those are good water bottles as well. So that's what I asked for. So, but if it was on sale, it's on sale. So hell yeah,
sale.
Whoever's cheaper and works.
I used Yukon now, which I found through the Buc-ee's gas station.
Oh yeah. Well, I have my Buc-ee's cup back here somewhere. Maybe it's downstairs. So definitely very useful. Today I'm going to be working on edits for chapter 11, which I opened up and realized I 100% it's going to be like the first scene is going to be rewritten. So, yay! That's
We
my
must go to work now.
okay.
Bye. Oh, hi, Blake. I would like to complain to everybody that I opened the wrong document and started working on revision comments, and I was just like, man, there are so many fewer that I remember. I remember Danica and I talked a lot more about things that. And then I get down to where there's no more past like page 7, and I'm like, where did they all go?
Did you just open the wrong document?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Because like I'm using Open Office. Or
Yeah.
no, only Office. I'm using only Office. And Danica had sent me 2.0 directly because
Sorry, Storm just jumped up on the desk at the same time I was reaching for my phone, and I totally just like body checked her. Hi, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
no, it's fine because that's just sort of like our habit. And so I was like, I don't have the new one, but I did. I did have it, and I uploaded it into only Office, and now I've been going through, and I'm currently on page 9, but mostly what I've been going through is like clicking on the comments and reading them, and
Yeah.
then being like, oh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of revising in this section, and then going down to the next one and being like, oh, that's gonna require more revising.
Literally, okay, so yesterday I finally finished the like.
Hold on. And then every now and then it's like, oh, well, you don't really need this sentence or this word. And I look at it and I'm like, praise be, delete.
Yesterday I finally finished the like overhaul, not even overhaul, of chapter 10. It wasn't even like editing, it was fully, I added in a whole sequence, which made it the second longest chapter in the book. Pre-edit, it's gonna need to be edited. But which is horrifying. But I was like, oh, thank God, I can go back to just like normal rewriting stuff. And then I open up the first page of the next chapter today, and I'm like, fuck, this entire scene needs to be like completely scrapped, which I had like planned for a while to do it, but I didn't realize it was the next fucking scene.
Which, like,
So,
I'm very eager, and I'm sure you're eager to get into the revisions. It's just like going through that process of making the mental list and being like, oh, I have to do all this. I'm
yeah.
just trying to get rid of the easy ones so far, and there's like none.
So
Or if it is an easy delete, I still have to keep it because I'm like moving it somewhere else, or because I'm going to
yeah.
put it in its place. I'm like, no, I still need the note here.
Yeah. I have like whole sections where I've already moved it earlier in the book, like how to like explaining things or like plot, world building. And so that will be easy delete later. But I was just like, yes. Oh. So I went through like the first 2 paragraphs, which is all I'm keeping from the scene, and edited those. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to outline this like conversation. And because it's a very world building, magic system heavy scene. So I want to make sure it makes sense and not just like right off the cuff or like the couple notes I have jotted down here. But I also did a little photo shoot with Storm because she was totally like, as soon as I opened the binder, she was on it. And then every time someone in my house uses the gas, or it's like pretty often, I can smell it upstairs. And so every time I go and I just make sure like everything's okay. Because I'm like so a little paranoid about that. So that's why my camera turned off in the like near the end, is because I got up and like pop downstairs being like, okay, are you cooking? All right, awesome. So that's what I got done. And then I typed up the edits for the first 2 paragraphs, and then copied over the next scene, or like copied it into a different document, because now I have like every chapter I'm adding in a shit ton of stuff. Is I make a separate document for it, just for that chapter, and then I copy paste into the big doc, for the draft. And so can I move this down a little? And so I like set up the document for this chapter. Hi, do you want to say hi to the people? They're up there. Look right here. You know her. No. Over here. She's like, no, you're the one giving me loving.
Yeah. Also, hello to chat, Sorbeam, Eva, Bella, and that is Eva again. I said hello to Blake before, but just so Blake does not feel left out. Your mic is gone now. I don't.
Yeah, Storm clicked it. Please don't do that.
Hold on. And Bella got through edits of her main novel, but has got to a new chapter to write. CB can relate because several, like, she's essentially written 3 new chapters with all of the new scenes combined.
Seriously, I have them bolded in my in one of my notes to like, okay, go back at the end of the draft. I was saying Sorbeam is Rowan.
See, I thought the icon looked familiar, but I wanted to make no assumptions.
Yeah.
Eva said, and Eva again, I'm their favorite. You are definitely in my list of favorites, that's for sure.
You made the list. I also texted my dad about a grammar question because he's a teacher, he's a science teacher, but he went to college for English, and it was like a fucking grammar question, and ended up stumping both of us. And it's just a basic grammar question. I could definitely Google it, but it was fun to just text my dad about it. It's the capitalization of when I refer to Jason as the prince, of if I capitalize prince, and in like what, because some of the times when you're like, oh, we must get to the prince or something like that. Like there are times
I feel do it when it's a title, not when it's a pronoun.
You mean an honorific?
No, I mean a pronoun. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun.
No, yeah. So do it when it's an honorific and not when it's a pronoun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
may be using that incorrectly, and it just like fits by technical definition, but that is how I remember.
I
if we're like we have to go save Prince Jason, it would be capitalized. Yeah. But if it's like we have to go save the prince, it's not capitalized. This is a thing that I did far too much research on because Fox and I were both at one point we were just like, but do you? I think one of my things was I was trying to figure out do I capitalize dad in the narrative?
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to figure it out, and it's like you capitalize dad when it is used as a name, but not when it is used as a pronoun, because a pronoun is a word that you use in place of a proper noun. So
I was trying to figure out if I thought there was an exception to that rule with royalty or like royal titles.
But if there is an exception to that rule with royalty, it would be cultural.
Yeah. And I think I've been capitalizing the emperor. And I think even if it's different. Not what?
That's like different because the emperor is like his official title.
Yeah. Because there's 2 princes. So it's like the prince, but but the emperor is the emperor. And so I'm like, even if it's not grammatically correct, I do, when I'm referring to the emperor, I want to say the emperor. Yeah. Rather than being like, oh, he is the emperor, then I won't capitalize it. But I'm like, the emperor sits on his throne. The emperor is going to be capitalized. Or at least I would like to.
Also, it could be like a perspective, like attitude thing. Like the emperor's always capitalized in Jason's narrative, but never in Rye's narrative.
Rise.
Very characterizing. So that's like there are rules, but then like you can play around with it.
Yeah, I choose.
Hold on, this is going to be my possibly weekly advocation for everybody to read more middle grade authors and just learn of all the ways you can break rules. Because middle grade authors give no fucks, and they're amazing.
Love that for them.
I will catch up on chat right quick.
Yeah.
We must get to the Prince Edward. Bella got beta readers for chapters 1 through 3 in November, December. Nice. Realized that the main issue she has is pacing with the descriptions, so only has simplifying to do in the beginning. We'll see about the rest. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
My editor was so excited so the reason I had 2 different documents was because she went through and started doing some edits, but then she sort of like stopped and said she'd rather wait until after our coffee chat. And so we had a call, and where I essentially just answered a bunch of author intention questions. Mm-hmm. And explained to her like what my thinking was, what I kind of want to do to make sure that like certain things. And she asked about like a lot of background information that won't necessarily make it in, but that she as the editor needs to know to help me write. And
Yeah.
so she was like so excited because she's like, okay, story, we got nothing to do, but let us like essentially just go back and add in all this stuff to just make the narrative juicier. And I was like, I love this.
I love that. You don't want to plump it up a little, but just a little pump.
Yeah. We're adding decoration and moving pieces of the puzzle. Okay, asking, not saying. Ah, cool, I got it right. Oh, okay, yeah. We must get to Prince Edward would be capitalized, and then yes, you were correct. So I just thought you were presenting an example. Yeah, there's always more than one. The God. Bella said basically I can move on to the full beta reading process with my 3 beta readers in a week or less. Ooh, nice! That's exciting. It doesn't need the if it's truly capitalized.
Yeah.
That'd be funny with the always never. I've seen it done before, and I love it. That is one thing, I will say that is one thing that I lose out sometimes when I listen to audiobooks is because I don't get to see those cool things. Yeah. But
I've been choosing when I want to use in Jason's narrative when I refer to Cyrus as Cyrus the Emperor or father, like his father and father, is with different times and like vibes. So I've been purposeful about that.
Yes. Eva's right. Readers don't care about the rules more often than not, so long as they can read it. Also, a lot of readers don't even know the rules.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that as like, oh, readers are dumb. No, it's just like a lot of readers, if you ask them, like, should this be capitalized or not, they'll be like, So, they really don't care. As long as it makes sense and communicates what you need to.
Mm-hmm.
I have been meaning to learn more about middle grade. It's great. Like, even if you don't plan on writing middle grade, it's still like, I went through and read a bunch of middle grades because of the Nostalgia Train book club. And then for some of the year favorites, one of the things was our childhood favorites. And I was like reminded of just like how much freedom middle grade authors take with writing and everything. And I'm like, adult authors need to be like, they need to be able to do this without judgment. Tumble and Blue is a cute middle grade rec for you all. Ooh. I'll take it. Sam, why do I want to hire your editor? Because she's amazing.
Cool.
Someone tell me to put down Minecraft and write. Rowan, put down Minecraft and write. It's WIP Wednesday, not Minecraft.
We have time to play Minecraft, but don't play right now.
Yeah, you could play later after WIP Wednesday.
Yeah.
Writing is more funner. Yeah, it should be. I'm excited. We're going to do kind of like a family book club with the kids this year. And the children. I know you know, I'm telling chat.
I know, I'm being, participating in the conversation.
Gotcha. Sorry, you were distracted by storms, so your tone was very, yeah, I know.
Sorry.
My bad. But the children, I like presented them with 8 options, not because like it just they were overwhelmed, otherwise they didn't know what to suggest. And they all voted on, I don't remember the first part, I just remember it's the City of the Plague God, because that's the reason they voted on it.
Yeah.
But it's like supposed to have Gilgamesh characters in it, and I'm like, that's a choice. So I'm gonna be I can't wait till we start reading that. But yes.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. I'm gonna have to move Storm when the sprint starts.
You are.
She has like some scabs and stuff on her neck, and I think she had like a little bit of a cut or something, and then was wearing the collar when we were home, and it like irritated it. So I'm trying to be like careful with my petting of her. Okay, now she's like totally flopping down. You're gonna fall off the desk.
Eva the way to get Rowan, because Eva said right now. Here. forgot. It's like just right during one sprint, I dare you. And everyone's like, I never back down from a challenge.
Coward. Yeah. Unless you're scared was the line I like.
I want to read about this book club. Eva's doing a book club too. We're gonna listen to an audiobook together for ours. Book one is The Incredible Journey. We haven't started yet. Nice. We already me and the kids do an audiobook in the car. We haven't done it in a while, but it used to be when we did errand days, I would play. Um, we're getting towards the end though, the part of the book where everything goes terrible. So I've been very reluctant to put it on and they haven't asked me. So I'm just like, hey, I have a car driving playlist.
What book is it?
It's hold on. Time is frozen. Give me just one
Yeah, I
second.
see that. Cheating! You're cheating!
I'm allowed. Do we have these break timers so we don't do this? Yes.
Yes. Yes, we do. We can come back to this question.
No, because it's gonna bother me. I don't remember the name of it. You shouldn't have asked.
I
The
know.
Last Super Chef by Chris Negron.
Okay.
All right. Now we must go into
Yeah.
the sprint. Hello. Sometimes I look at some of these scenes and it's like, well, CB's finishing up a thing. Chat, go ahead, tell me how you did. I'm on page 13 of 24 at the moment. Unsure if it will reduce to 23 after I accept some of the deletions of some things. Trying to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I've lost you guys amongst all the tabs.
Sometimes, like, so there's at least one sentence that Danica like inserted, and I was like, oh my god, I love her. She understands my voice and my character so well, and then I got mad at myself for not thinking of that line.
Yeah.
And then but then there's other times where it's just like Danica like inserted this part and I'm like, damn, that's a good paragraph. And then I go down and it's like Danica deleted this and I was like, oh, it was
my fucking paragraph.
that good paragraph. Yes, she just moved it up.
That's a great feeling.
That's like
wow.
Like I recognized the first half of this flashback and I was like, oh damn, yeah, I wrote that really well. And then there was like a next paragraph. I'm like, oh, that's new. I like it though. We're keeping it. And then I go down and I'm like, it's not new. I just didn't remember it.
Yeah, I'm basically outlining this scene, but my notes outlining it are like 500 words. It's 477 right now, which I just wrote during that sprint. And it's very like, we're, sitting there, blah, blah, blah. And then we are doing, it's not a dream sequence. We're going into like Rise Mind's Eye, basically. And I'm like, it's a little cheesy, but it's magic. He's it's metaphysical, blah, 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 bullshit. Like, he touches his magical core and all of a sudden we're somewhere else. I think that's okay because it's magic.
Magic.
Because we aren't actually somewhere else. We're just inside him. Magic.
Sorry, I was deleting a bunch of space because I was like, I don't know
like
to this. But there's like this little track change hyphen that I can't get rid of, and I'm like, why are you there? And then I press the down button, and apparently my like typing cursor was all the way up there, so it like jumped me, and I'm like, oh god, where are we now? We teleported just like Rye.
Yeah, I'm like, it's something that's not actually happening, but it's how his brain is processing this, like, confrontation with his non-humanity. And I'm like,
his like, other beingness.
Yeah, because he's like, it's the magic lesson with Wynn, and she's like, oh, feel your pathways, like your magical veins. I'm definitely pulling from like chi potential and stuff like that. Yeah. Very classic. And then like he can't. He's like, it's all there, like it's everywhere. And she's like, look for the most concentrated parts, and then like, because that'll be the actual pathways, and then like tune the rest out. And he can't find the concentrated parts because it's just fucking everywhere. So he's looking for it, and he finds his core, which humans don't have. And he's like, oh, I think I found it. And she's like, good. And she's going to be like, okay, now concentrate just on that, and like, tune out the rest of it, and then like try and like pull it out. But he doesn't hear that. He hears good now, and just throws his consciousness into it. Because she's like, find it, and he's like, cool, I found it. Time to go inside. Which and so he like throws himself into his magic, and I'm not even sure I want to do like the scene break kind of thing, because then he's like standing. It's not, at first it was going to be in the eye of a storm, but he's a storm dragon. He doesn't need to be in the fucking eye. Like, he's just in the storm. And so he's like just standing in a storm, like rain's coming down, wind, lightning is the only illumination. But he's not cold. Like, it feels right. And then he realizes, I think I'm gonna be like, he's not alone in the darkness. Like there's something else, like flash of scales, teeth, claws. And I think I wanted him to do the partial shift here, and something's going to prevent him from doing a full shift, which is like what he needs to later, process the self-acceptance to be able to do a full shift. Realize your identity, and then you can use your magical powers. Shout out Stranger Things. Anyways, except mine's actually gay and not just mean to gay people.
Look, no, I'm gonna defend Stranger
He's actually gay, yeah.
One, Will is actually gay. He has a crush on his straight best friend, and that's fine. In fact, from what I understand, is an extraordinarily common thing to do.
Yeah.
And Mike never, in the entirety, I've seen the whole season, never gives anything other than I'm obsessed with Elle. So to all the poor Will Mike shippers, I am sorry.
Anyways, Rise Love gets to be requited. How about that? Canonically. They kiss and they do the dirty. Anyways. Which I don't want to see the children do. But anyways, I don't want that in Stranger Things. They can like kiss and stuff. I'd be great with that. Or they could have, but
not that
anyways. So he but there's something else in the darkness, in the storm. I want him to have a partial shift now.
Part of me was gonna be like, is it Vecna?
Go away. He feels something else in the storm, and I think he sees the dragon, and he like, I don't know if I want him to pull back from it, because originally his inspiration for his partial shift was the like statue of Trionos, which is like wings, horns, that shebang. But if I have him partially shift, I kind of want when he went into the core. I think the time might be weird in this moment because magic. He would have, if he like accepted the dragon, he would have fully shifted. But because he didn't, he like sees the dragon and then like balks. I don't know if I want him to like pull away from it and then kind of reach out because he still wants something, and then like mind grasping for something that's not the dragon, but he still like, it felt safe there until he saw the dragon. And then he mind flashes the image of Trionos' statue, and then he like latches onto that, and then we get the partial shift. Or I should just cut the whole Trionos' statue inspiration bit. Because like, but the thing is, other dragons don't have a half-shifted form. Like, that is purely a Rye thing. I mean, they could probably learn it, but they just
have. It's not that they can't do it; it's just that they never tried.
Why would they? Yeah. They do human forms to go fuck around with humans. They're just staying in their normal form 99% of the time. And so I'm like, I think so. Like, maybe he pulls back, and then it starts feeling like the rightness of that starts slipping away, and he's like, no, I do want that, and then like thinks of Trionos, and then partially shifts. Yeah. Because then later, for the full shift, when he purposely does it, I want it to be like it's not that he can never do it, but once he went for the full, and once he basically got scared by his inner dragon, he can't get back there. Because he like freaked himself out so much. A mental block, if you will. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Just set that up.
Okay.
I also did a really cool, I was like, yeah, so mages have to like draw every time before they cast a spell, they draw in the magic into the air, just like in a like split second beforehand. And Rye's like working on sensing magic, and I'm like, can he sense like the moment right before someone casts a spell?
I think he should be able to, because he should be able to sense it coming into existence, and so
Yeah,
yeah,
like there's innate magic in the air, and humans draw it into their pathways, and then they have to like
yeah, he depending like
bends it to their will.
it might be something to build up to, but like it could be instinctually he feels it like right before they're about to cast, but then as he works on it, he can even feel when they're drawing it into themselves.
Yeah,
Because that's like it's moving, it's transferring. So
yeah, I'm like, oh, that's a really cool thing that definitely needs to be worked in. That is the big task of working in. That's not adding a one-off line. But I'm like, no, it's still so cool, so I'm gonna keep it, or try and keep it.
you're like,
So
damn it, notes for later to go back
yeah,
at it.
I'm like,
I already
okay.
have a job for the next revision round.
Yeah, I was like, okay, but he wouldn't be able to sense it up until now because he hasn't figured out how to sense magic yet.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So it'd be like a future thing. So I'm like, okay, I can try and work into this revision, but not be super focused in on it. But yeah.
Let us see how everyone did. Rowan wrote about 200 words, which is more than they expected to get done today. So awesome.
Yay. So this is what happens when you stop playing Minecraft for 30 minutes.
Bella did her writing earlier today, which tends to happen when we have a later stream, while she was waiting for the handyman to deal with the washer and dryer. So she spent this sprint watching YouTube. What'd you watch on YouTube?
Yeah.
If you don't mind us being nosy. Was it crafting videos, analysis videos, or was it drama videos? I will not lie, part of my YouTube wrap up, it was all like pop culture stuff. And I was quite pleased to see that like media analysis was so heavily up there and that it actually beat out the pop culture, because when my migraine days are really bad, I would just watch a couple specific channels that was basically just giving me the history of pop culture drama throughout my teenhood. Like, I was like, all of these things that I was vaguely aware of, I want to know the behind the scenes information that we have now. So there was so much beef going on I was oblivious to. I'm all like, damn, the world of the socialite was still live and thriving in the 2000s. We don't do that anymore. Bella said she worked on Alina for an hour and 28 minutes, so that's amazing. Nice. Hey, you got your work done earlier in the day.
Yeah.
She would do more, but she needs to mentally prepare to go to work, leaving in 30 minutes to an hour, especially because last night's shift was, yeah, like I said, you do what you need to do. You got your stuff in. My sister, like, my son was asking her, because they're trying to organize a good day that they can play some games on Steam together. And she was like, oh, Wednesday, actually, so I have to remind him of that. But, yeah, so she was like, she could do it on Wednesdays. And he was like, why Wednesdays? And then she explained why. And then she also goes, and I don't play video games on days I have to go to work, because then when I get at work, I'm just pissed off the whole time that I could be home playing video games.
Wow.
So I just don't do that to myself. I was like, damn.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
You're hyper focused on getting that new plot piece.
I am.
That's right. At the beginning of the next sprint, which will be our third sprint.
Yeah, the next sprint is our third.
Yeah, which is not the wrap up sprint. We don't have little banners, and so I'm losing track. I have to figure out how to fix that, if the banners will work in our new format or something, or Sweet Talk overlays for them. But
or we can have actual signs that we just hold up, or like a
good, and I could have a stat. Well, I'll see. I might do that. Or I could just or I could do what I've been wanting to do for a while, which is just custom make the countdown videos, be like sprint 1,
Yeah.
WIP Wednesday 2. I've been wanting to do that. So maybe I'll actually finally do that.
Hmm.
But we are going into our third sprint, which we've got this one and then a countdown. Cool.
Wrap up.
Cool,
Wrap up.
yes.
Wrap it. Yep.
Bye. We're back.
Oh, I yeah, I finished the outlining bits, I think, and then dorked around before I started writing it, because I'm like for my first attempt at this scene, the thing that I just basically deleted like 1,000 words is just so bad, and I'm like, well, honestly, can only improve from here. The only option is improvement. But I'm like, okay,
We're only going up.
I want to like drop some lore, but I don't want like 2 books down the line people being like, "Hey, but you said this," and I'm like, okay, so I am setting up a magic system that probably works.
And
But part of
making
it,
notes, right, on said magic system so you don't forget what you said.
yeah, part of the magic system is Rye. The way Rye uses magic is going to be different than every other protagonist, every other character in the entire series world, really.
Fair enough.
So Winifred's like, this is how magic works, and he's like, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna do something completely different.
Cool that you think that.
Really, yeah, okay. So magic's like, you can really hurt yourself by using too much magic, or like by using magic before you're ready. And he's like, cool, 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 cool. And then just like instinctively is like making things happen by like just putting too much willpower into his words. So it's like, yes, he is like, he magically exhausts himself a couple times, but that's not from like attempting something outside his reaches. That's just like wanting something to happen so bad he bends reality to his will, and then that affects him a little. And she's like, hey, don't cast too big of a fireball. He's like, that's not even in my head right now.
That's not the issue at the moment, but I will keep that in mind.
She's like, yeah, like magic is alluring, and like we have to be careful. And he's like, cool, cool, cool. I am terrified by my own potential, and also feel at home every time I harness it. But yeah, it's so alluring. Yeah, definitely just want to do it all day. In the corner, no one understands me.
No one understands me. I got through the first pass of edits and revisions, which the end of the story, it needs almost nothing. I don't have to touch it, really.
Yeah.
I just have to like. There was one question, deleting a couple things, which let me tell you, there is almost nothing quite as affirming as going through the beta process, adding some things to your story that you're not sure if you actually need, but you put it in there because a couple betas or there was just like a couple things, and then your editor going through and being like, get rid of this. This is not needed, and you're like, I was right, but I'm still always gonna add those in because
rather have it and then cut it than have it
exactly, because my editor can tell me that I don't need something that I added versus
much easier
just
the opposite,
the nothing there. So, but yeah, which I want to make it clear, I love the beta stage, and I do add a lot and make a lot of changes that I agree with in the betas, or like some things that even though I don't necessarily agree with, I seek an understanding so that I can make it work, and then it does. But there are always going to be stuff that I'm like, and then especially since, and this is from my editor's mouth, I have a subtle writing style. So there are a lot of times when she'll be like, no, this is too much for your writing style. Stop it. And I'm just, yes.
Love editors that understand the writing style.
And to be clear, she's not like, I don't want anybody to get the impression that like I've hired an editor who's here just to stoke my ego. She does have quite like a few, like there are places and stuff where she'll be like, I don't really understand this, or what's your intention, or what's going on here. I have a ton of revisions that I have to make.
Yeah.
But like it's just also very nice because by the time your story gets to an editor, you should like have already gone through a lot of work, and it should, in my opinion, it should already be up to a certain quality.
Mm-hmm.
And a good editor will understand your style specifically and seek to help you write your story the way you want it to with your voice. So
Yeah.
that's why, like when when some of my critique partners insert a sentence or a suggestion, I'm like, yeah, I like that idea, but let me rewrite it in like my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Danica adds in a sentence, and I'm like, girl, were you in my head? Like,
She's like, I'm just gonna channel you for a second.
you know, there's like this one, like Jamie hands Alexandra her coffee, and it's like she takes it from him, raising her other immaculate eyebrow. And I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Because when I was describing her, Jamie like notes that she has immaculately done eyebrows. So I'm like, oh, Jamie so would be sassy like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just have to fangirl because I'm doing my revisions. It's I either fangirl or I mope because I have to do work. And
You're
I'm
like,
a baby.
I'm channeling the happiness and me like, ah.
Yeah, see, and I don't want to be like, because I very much, if I'm just like, I won't do it.
Yeah. No,
I'm a baby.
I'm having fun, but I'm just like, part of me with writing a like lore heavy scene like this, where I'm like, or a developmentally important scene, I'm like, oh, I feel like this should be happening in the heat of the moment, like in a cool like action sequence, and I'm like, yeah, but also some of that does happen in cool action sequences, but I'm like, I feel like he does need to do some learning so that like he needs to have some sort of foundation for powers, like even or some idea of what he is able to do. Because like just later in like 2 chapters or something, he's gonna yell get away, and a guy is going to go flying across a room, and I'm fairly certain he just yells it in English or like common. He just goes get away and like in like a heat of a blah blah blah, and the guy goes boom. So like we need to establish that it's like about will and intention first, and then like his whole half shifting form after this, he's like once he kind of like touches, like it gets in contact with it, he's going to have issues with like in moments of high emotion, like his nails come out, scales, his eyes are shifting. So I'm like, I do need to establish, because the rest are accidental, I want to make one slightly purposeful first.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it just feels like it's a balancing act that I don't need to perfect right now, but I'm trying to get it pretty good before I actually step out on the tightrope. I don't know where this metaphor is going. So I have a few comments off of what chat said if you want to catch up on chat.
Yes.
Or do you want me to?
So Bella says she feels like she's that toddler or that gif that's like, give me or take my money.
Oh, to my book. Yeah, that message. That's cute. Thanks. Honestly, me too. Reverse my brain being like,
except you're not going to be like, no, you are going to say take my money to, no, because you're doing traditional publishing.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Although there are editors that can help you get your manuscript for query ready.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna have my aunt go through it because I found out my aunt does smut editing freelance, mostly for erotica novels, because there's a lot of money in it, and more like highbrow editors won't do it.
Correct.
But she doesn't have like official like credentials or anything, but she's been doing it for a while. Apparently,
you're just doing it for querying. You're not doing it for.
Yeah, so I wouldn't actually.
That's also a different.
So I'm like, yeah, having her go over it probably in like maybe pre or post beta readers. I'm not sure which one.
I would do post. Well,
Yeah.
you know, are you paying her?
No.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
So, Bella also was watching videos related to book covers. I've already sent in a request for a book cover designer, but damn, is it expensive? Yes.
Yes.
But I'm also paying for the commercial rights, obviously. Yeah, which is also going to
Yeah.
raise the price a bit.
Make sure you copyright things. Just everything about your book.
What? No.
What?
If I was in the copy editing phase, I should not be needing these kinds of revisions. No,
Me?
I would have failed. Danica's a dev editor.
What are you responding to?
Oh, I was respond. Well, you. Okay, what were you responding to?
I said make sure you get a copyright
Oh,
on your book and your cover and everything.
I misheard you. I thought you said get a copy, or I thought you said a copy editor, and I thought you were.
No. I'm being possessed by the living ghost of my mother, the spirit of my mother. The living spirit. This implies my mom is dead. The voice of my mom being like, make sure you cover all of your bases legally.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah, make sure you get it in writing and stuff that you have that.
The rights. Yeah.
Also, hello, Andy. Rowan wrote another 200 words. Has to go make dinner. I gotta I'm going from streaming right to making dinner, which I don't want to. I want to keep working on revisions. And the thing is, my nice keyboard for revisions and stuff is in my office setup.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that my day flows, I go from here and then I take the laptop out and I make dinner, and then after dinner Chris and I watch stuff, and then he goes to bed, and my ass is not going to want to get back up and go in this cold ass room. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I would like to get more done today, but I don't think I will. I feel like he's saying, I love that for you, in a classic TikToker.
Honestly, Rye would do fucking numbers on TikTok. The way he's pretty, he's good at stuff. He's slightly airheaded, but he has wild schemes. He is a TikTok girly, through and through, honestly. Yeah.
So then Bella also has a beta that pointed out a random girl from chapter 1 that Alina waves to. I thought it was just a background character, but the beta loved her, so the chapter I'm adding has her now. I also love doing that.
Yeah.
It's not for her. That's the one I'm doing right now. In All That Glitters, the waiter boy slash barkeep. I had him in 2 scenes because I was like, it's one of those writing tips for, especially for short stories or longer things. Essentially, if you have an NPC, just sort of use as few NPCs as possible. Because it won't be as confusing and then stuff. So I use him in 2 scenes, and people fucking adore that motherfucker. He's the favorite character of several people, just because Eric flirts with him and he's cute. But then I had one person be like, "Why is he in 2 scenes?"
He's a guy that exists.
They're he doesn't add anything. There's no purpose for him. Why not just use different characters? And I'm like, if I get rid of him and I still need to use other characters, he's serving a purpose.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do you hate him so much? This feels personal to
it does feel personal.
Side character, which I was very amused. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. How?
As for what type of editor, Dan,
the question the earlier.
I'm gonna freeze time. The world though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna respond to the beta thing. I had first Storm's Heir when I first drafted it. It was I used it for a class, the story idea for a class. And Hal was just a random villager that it was just a random soldier that comforted Rye after his mom comes in while injured. And then a different character was going to be the messenger that goes to the capital, and they were just going to part ways. They were just going to travel together. And my class fucking loved Hal. I think there's something about his face, his just name being Hal, because it's just oh, it's Hal. And then just the fact that he like, you know, gave Rye a hug in this one situation or something like that. So now Hal's like fully a giant character in the book. The everything's intertwined with Hal. Like it has this it made the Hal becoming a big character made the village, the town feel so much more alive, and like interconnected because they all know each other. So like everyone's someone's cousin, that kind of thing. And
In
so my class being like, we love Hal was like the birth of that.
in Yu Yu Hakusho, Hiei was supposed to be just like a demon of the week, but he was so popular amongst fans that the author added him in and like completely changed his powers. He had to give a backstory as to why he had the many-eyed Green Goblin form because he was like, oh, if people like this guy, I actually have to develop him now, and that is by far one of my favorite main character.
Yeah, he's my favorite character.
Behind the scene main character origin stories.
Oh.
So as far as what type of editor Danica is, Danica is primarily a developmental editor, although she is trained and can do the other types of editing as well. Right now, this year, she is not accepting any new clients because she's going to focus on her company Author's Own, which she's trying to create a company that basically helps authors connect to resources that they need, like editors and cover designers and formatters and stuff. If you would like me to get a list of editors recommended by Danica, I could do that. But like I said, she herself is not like taking new people. I'm lucky because I've worked with her before. So she keeps me. We're good. But
you're in.
Yeah. Also,
I'm in.
Also, I will not lie or shy from the fact that it is quite pricey.
Yeah.
You can definitely find cheaper and more inexpensive qualified editors. I, however, wanted the same or at least a similar experience as one would get in traditional publishing with their editor. And as Danica has worked in traditional publishing, and one of her goals is to bring the traditional publishing experience to indie authors, I was like, I tried her out with all that glitters and I fell in love, and she's my editing soulmate. And
the actual reason I'm traditionally publishing.
We both suffer from migraines and the same anxiety disorder. So literally, she's like, I don't have anybody booked in January, so I know it's holiday time. If your migraines and family things, like, just let me know. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna try to work on it. And then I'm like, Danica, I ain't touching it before the new year. It's just like, that's fine.
The real reason I'm traditionally publishing is because I could never afford to pay for an editor for the length of Storm's Heir.
I worked conventions to save up. It's fine.
Yeah, I would have to like sell a kidney. I have 2 of them.
Okay, it's okay. I can.
Yeah.
And as I'm gonna go ahead and start the countdown. And as always, I would say when you're self-publishing and stuff, I would go with the cheaper cover artists and stuff, and not donate, invest in my editor the most.
Yeah. I would say yes, but also it'd be better to delay the release of your book.
Oh, that too. Yeah, definitely. If that is an option.
Rather than rush it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Like for me, I'm going to prepare Sweetest Secret for editing, but I am not even going to ask Danica when she's free to edit until I can save up to afford her again. Yeah. So, Fox said, "Sell the kidney. Gotta do what you gotta do."
Yeah. Well, I'm not self-publishing. Hopefully. Okay. Wrap up sprint.
Fox, you already knew you were gonna have to fight me till your dying day. That's Hello. We're back. Hold on.
One day I'm going to smoothly turn off my music and then unmute myself, but today is not that day.
I'm just responding to one note. Okay. About Jamie's relationship with coffee. He doesn't actually like coffee, but he drinks it for the caffeine boost. I also forgot that I made the couch in Alexandra's office millennial gray. It is not a color I use, but I was like, I want the reference.
Yeah. I'm working on the how to tell someone they speak a language. Oh, you speak the language. No, I don't. Yes, you do.
You kind
I'm
of
trying not to be like
I'm speaking it now. You understand me.
too explainy, like having saying it without being like, hey audience, in case you haven't picked up on this. It's like, oh, when I cast magic just now you heard English. He nods. You speak Draconic, the language of magic and dragons. And he's like, I've never learned it. But then he's like also thinking, like over the past few days, there's been like weird moments where people have said things, and it just felt different. And but I'm like, how to say that without being just him being like, well, I guess sometimes words are weird, but I haven't, you know.
Yeah.
I think my dude might just say that, and her be like, "This is a really interesting thing. I want to explore more, but that's not what we're doing right now." He's like, "Yeah, yeah. I guess I can understand this whole language that takes people years of study to understand." And I didn't notice.
Well, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I am on page 3. It sounds impressive, but the first page is just a title page, and then there's a blank page. So technically, I'm on page 1. Although I just finished, so I'm on page 2 now to try to tackle some of it. Which this isn't like this round of revisions. It's not going to be, much as it kills my soul, it's not going to be a very simple just going through and doing them all, because some of them are notes, and so I will be going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to count my progress as it's like, oh, I have this many pages done. And, maybe, I don't know. I might count up how many I have and just be like, oh, I've addressed this many.
Yeah.
So.
Blank of blank. Like 10 of 500.
It shows me the comment, newest, oldest, from author A to Z, from top, from bottom. Show comments. Open. It will only show the open ones. Does it tell me how many there are? I discovered a new toy.
New tab.
Program I'm using. All right. But I did want to. Okay, so Bella, you said your cover design company quoted you 700, but they use a different currency, so the conversion isn't exact. Hey, I feel you. My editor is Australian, so honestly, when she quotes me a number, I Google the conversion rate, and I'm like, oh, it's so much less for me. The American dollar at the moment is not the worst, and I'll take it.
Not the worst.
No, like in Australia, so the edit for my short story, which is about 500 something words, is, I don't remember exact US, or I don't remember the exact Australian dollar, but it's either 400 or 450 in Australian dollar, which is like 305 in Sam money.
Nice.
So, and that's, I'm pretty sure that's with a referral discount because I've referred a few people to her. And yeah, so that's like what I expect to be paying. Like, I know that whatever she tells me, I'm actually going to be paying less. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, when she gives me that first punch, I'm like, oh, but how much am I really paying? So,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the conversion rate, that can either go up or down, though. Because if it was reversed, if she was an American one and I was in Australia, oh, that would hurt
Yeah,
so much more.
that
As
would.
far as like a cover design, 700, I would say I would actually expect to be kind of on the low end if you're looking for like a truly what I would consider professional grade cover.
Yeah.
When me and my friend who was looking for a cover designer and stuff, they're like me in the mentality of like I would rather save up to make sure that all of my stuff is like industry professional grade than rush
Oh.
launch. So we talked about the price range, and I would put a professional grade cover at between $800 to $3,000 depending on what you get. And there's like so many different factors that you got to take into it, like honestly genre will play a factor in it because that'll play a factor in the overall design and feel of it. Whether they're formatting it themselves, whether the artist is formatting it for you, or if you have the skills to add the text and everything yourself and they're just doing the artwork. If there are people in it, having people, I I haven't, I don't know this for certain, but I'm pretty confident in saying that having people in your cover is almost always going to be more expensive. Definitely, the more people you have on your cover, the more expensive it would
Mm-hmm.
be. So there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of factors and stuff. So I would 700. That's on the really low end. It's almost so low. I would be a little weary and definitely research the company and everything because there are a lot of companies out there that will basically be like you can auction up your project or like you can put a post and say, oh, do you have an artist that will do this, and you can get some really cheap artwork and stuff that way. And some of the artists that do it through those programs are legit, but a lot of times it'll be companies who are just exploiting the artist under them. So it's just, you got to do your research to decide how you want to go about it and everything. And I know, look, guys, I know it sounds very gatekeepy to poor people. I am also poor. I I am poor and raising three children. Our food budget, they're all becoming teenagers. Our food budget is insane. I am lucky in the fact that like I can go and work conventions and slowly save up my own money because any of my convention money most of the time is not bill money. It's just extra that I can put toward it. I also have a husband who is both like emotionally, physically, and financially supportive of my dreams. So, which sad to say, I have known quite a few authors who they wanted to self-publish but they couldn't afford it, not because they actually couldn't afford it but because their husbands wouldn't give them the money for it, which is so sad. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, and it sounds gatekeepy, and I'm sorry, it is a little gatekeepy, but like some gates are there for a reason, and you're asking people to pay for a project or for
Yeah.
a product, not a project, a
Mm-hmm.
product. So
And also respecting the artist's time and energy and
yeah,
effort.
yeah, it's definite. I'm glad that you like brought that up because it's also about valuing the artist and graphic artist, and especially with AI being so prevalent now. And
Yeah.
there are, oh my God, there was this one author. It's a successful author too, and they were shit talking. They were like, "Man, imagine somebody paying several $1,000s for their cover art," and I'm like, "Imagine somebody paying industry money for their cover art? Like, what?" And I'm like, that is so shitty to see because like you gotta value
Yeah.
things. So I'm trying to figure out.
Pay artists.
Get rid of that. You'll just see my face for a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah. I
Again though, in fairness, and I know several people who are not going to be pleased that I say this, but if you are having to choose, like if for whatever reason with your like circumstances and your mental health and everything, you have to cut corners somewhere, I would deprioritize the cover, if only because covers can be updated.
Yeah.
So
And also you can do like a simpler cover or something.
yeah.
Something that would be cheaper, a cheaper product, but that still looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't just because you're lowering your budget doesn't mean you have to compromise on quality, but it does mean you probably should compromise on type of product. Like Bella, yours is super, like, it's a really cool idea, but it's very complex, or at least from what I looked over. Um, Actually, no. So
So I,
there might be like some wiggle room in there. It seems like there's a range of what you're looking for because some of your examples were more complex, but some were simpler. And I think where in that range of what you actually want will affect what the cost of
also,
the
if you want the in-depth experience to have control, because when you pay industry prices, one of the things for all of the like artists that I've worked for or worked with and stuff, a lot of time it's a very collaborative experience.
Mm-hmm.
And they like keep you up to date and they make sure that you're getting a product that you want because you're paying a like it's like with Danica. I'm paying more for an editor because I want the experience to have more say and more control,
Yeah.
right? And to have something more personalized. So that's what it is. Yeah. So
That's our TED Talk. As people who don't have published books with official art, this is our opinion.
no, that I published a book and I
I
paid an
did
artist.
too, and I paid for
So
art.
I
I'm just
paid
making.
now just so but also like I said, that is why for me, in my opinion, the cover I can replace, I can update the cover. I've owned books. Oh my god, I've owned books where they updated the cover and I hated the fucking update. But that's beside the point. So and with a cover, people could just look at it and they know what they're getting by looking at the cover. So then it is up to the buyer as to whether or not they want to buy a book with the quality cover that you have. I'm not saying put shitty covers on your books. Do not let this be your takeaway.
It's the type of cover. Also, I know there's the whole trend of having like the like smut adult novels, if not borderline erotica, with like cartoon covers, and it's like, no, please don't. But that looks like a children's book.
This looks like a happy, whimsical YA novel.
Like
Why
all
is
the like ice skating or like hockey player romances, those all look like they should be for like middle schoolers. And like they're not bad covers, but it's like that is not the vibe. They're having like unprotected sex, and that's not the vibe. I don't know why I added unprotected. They're having graphic sex, and that's not the vibe your cover is giving. This is why we
yes,
have
let it also be said that industry standard is not always correct, which is why I did not say industry standard. I said industry quality. Which
yeah.
my
Okay.
best friend, who is a graphic designer, has lots of opinions on that too, but he's not on screen, so he doesn't get to share them because we have to go and I have to start dinner.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We
For
will.
Wednesday of the year.
Yep. We have first Monday. Monday we have a stream. It's a regular Monday sprint stream where we will also be celebrating CB's birthday. And then Tuesday actually is CB's birthday, and we will be having a book talk talking about a very old novel.
Dragonlance, written by D&D writers, and it feels like it.
Old man fantasy, and I don't look forward to it, but it's fine.
Have you started
It's
reading?
fine. I've gotten through old man fantasy before.
Have you started reading?
No, because I'm dreading the old man fantasy voice. And now, because we're not streaming till Tuesday, I can put it off even more.
Yeah.
But we will see you guys then. Bye.
Bye.